don't know why I'm nervous.
I mean, the stakes couldn't be lower.
I don't. Thanks, Alex.
No problem, buddy.
This is definitely all staying in the podcast for sure.
Recording.
Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give three competitors 3 movies, and they try to give me their most random, obscure, or minor actors from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points I give them. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me, as always, the Alex Young. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Jeffrey. Thank you for having me. Boy, wrote you that intro, just you never use it. It's always just some skeleton that you put together.
It's 90% of what you said, and then 10% better.
Debatable. Also, I should make fun of you less because it's your actual birthday. So happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Happy birthday to me.
Indeed.
The guests look amazed by that.
It's a fact that's only interesting annually.
Yeah, you know, I was hoping for good things today, and this is just the cherry on top, Alex. Just this episode.
What did you do for your birthday?
I got up. My wife walked the dog, so that was nice. I didn't have to do that. I went and bought myself a cake for my birthday.
You bought yourself a cake?
Yeah, I mean, that way I get what I want.
Okay.
Lowered expectation.
Did that. And you know what's the... Okay, so everyone, if you're listening to more than a couple episodes, you know I'm looking for a job. And right now my job is social media manager for this stupid podcast. And that's a friggin' full-time job. Having to set up accounts and post stupid things for people to read. And then like I go on like LinkedIn and I'll see a job for like a social media manager paying like $35,000 a year. And I'm like, I wouldn't do this for $35,000. I know I'm doing it for free right now, but it's
just going to say that you're doing it.
It's me though, but I wouldn't go do it for a big company for $35,000 a year. That's ridiculous. This is more work than I've ever done. As sad as that may sound.
Right now, there is a social media manager in the process of writing you an email and got to this part in the podcast and just deleted it. Like, I'm not going to hire this guy. He was doing a great job with the Deep Cuts podcast. Perfect for our brand. Never mind. We can't afford him. But did you have a good birthday? Was it a good birthday? Is it a good birthday?
Alex, I'm 48 and unemployed. It's about as good as it can get. But hey, I'm getting to share it with 3 very good friends.
Boy, what a bummer this episode's going to be. So I guess my follow-up question then, to try and switch the tone, Jeff, is got any stories of good birthdays? Have you had in the 48 that you've had, any good ones? They don't even have to be yours. They can just be ones you attended that were awesome.
I was going to say that like the last 20 or so have been spent like, you know, we both worked at the same place for a while. So often my birthday was spent having to work on like whatever weekend and stuff like that. So nothing huge, but I was one of those kids, like when I was a kid, I can remember my mom making, I don't know if anyone else dealt with this, but my mom used to make money cake where she would take quarters and dimes and stuff and wrap them in like, not tinfoil, but like
saran wrap or something?
Not saran wrap, wax paper. And she would put
were
that
they
in
washed
the cake.
first?
They were in wax paper.
I guess.
So then when you would eat the cake, you would come across like little coins.
Little choking hazards. What fun.
Yeah, well, you had to be aware of it. So at the end of your piece, you'd maybe have like $1.25 or something like that.
That's a lot of loose change in one piece of cake, man.
Yeah. And also, that's like 1986, so that's like $7 now.
I guess
so it's a pretty good piece of cake. What about you, Alex? It's tough. Like, what is your fondest birthday? Memory?
I think you and I are similar that we're not like huge birthday party people, which I know is surprising because we seem like real party animals. You and I. But because I'm a February birthday, I grew up on the snow belt, so I regularly have birthdays that were like snowed out or there'd be an ice storm or something. But from like, I'm going to say like 1999 to like 2004, we did laser tag.
Oh, nice.
Every time for my birthday. And it was awesome. And it remains awesome. And I'm disappointed that like the Whitby Laser Quest has closed because I would go there. I think I even went in college. I dragged some friends. We went to laser tag because the year prior for my 18th, I took 3 people. I'm like, I'm going to pick the movie. So we went to There Will Be Blood, which is not it's a great movie, but it is not a good like college party movie,
I feel like a milkshake.
right?
I
That's
drink
right.
your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake. Sorry.
No, it's the best. A+ work. Should we introduce our guests?
I mean, I was going to introduce them in opposite order, but he seems like he really wants in right now. So I'm going to invite our first guest. He was supposed to write me an introduction. He did not. He did send me a list of some of his movies from a couple weeks ago when he was going to be on, and they were all sports movies because it was supposed to be the sports themed episode. So some of his movies that he liked, I believe, were like Ali. Geez, I'd say I don't have his
doing
thing
this from
pulled up.
memory?
I am doing this from memory. Hold on. Raging Bull, Remember the Titans, and Field of Dreams. Yes. Welcome to the show, Dean Harrison.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is like
Great, Dean.
an amazing setup. I just want to say that despite your not wanting to be a social media manager, you do a great job as a podcast producer, and it's just going to be a matter of time before it all blends into a very well-paying social media / podcast producing job. So congrats, man. This is awesome.
I enjoy this way more than any other job I've had.
100%.
And I care about it 100% more.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out, Dean, that you're like, it's a great setup, but you're in your house. So this is just arrogance. Like, this is a great setup. Like, yeah, you did a good job, Dean. We see.
Yeah. Your backdrop looks great, Dean.
Thank you. But
Dean, do you have any notable birthday stories that you want to share with
notable birthday stories? Well, I just turned 50. And
did you?
Yeah, I turned 50 in February.
Not look 50, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. And I did nothing, actually. It was funny because my wife was asking me constantly, like, what do you want to do? And, it's a big deal. And I'm like, babe, I just want to chill. I want to do nothing on my birthday. I had a cigar. I drank some good bourbon. But it was a real quiet birthday. And I guess it's not really like, I guess one of the best ones I've ever had is when we went to Barbados. That was pretty fun. But I have family there, so it's a little different. But anyways, I digress.
I mean, a quiet birthday sounds really nice.
Yeah,
like nice time.
I'm not gonna lie, it was. We're probably I'll probably have something later in the year because I'm a February birthday and it was probably a little too cold. We might have something later in the summer, but I just kept it real quiet and chill, and it's one of the nicest birthdays I've had in a while. So, anyways, what does that say about me? I like to alienate myself alone and drink and smoke. I don't know.
I guess that's the way to spin it, but honestly, it sounds like a nice time. I mean, the only milestone I really celebrated was my 30th, and I went to Vegas, but not for fun Vegas things. I went specifically to see the Backstreet Boys.
You went to see the Backstreet Boys?
Yes, they were in residency, and it was amazing.
I could imagine.
It was genuinely an awesome show.
Backstreet Boys, all right.
Yeah.
Like, just get up on stage.
You got
and
it, Dean.
dance it.
I wish. Why
don't we bring in our other guest? Some of her favorite films include the Disney animated Robin Hood, Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption, and Pirate Radio. And then a whole list of others, including Everything Everywhere, Kill Bill, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Dazed and Confused, Elf, and Goonies. She is... I can edit this out, don't worry. She is a graphic designer, musician, and late-night doodler. And once again, these are her words. That sounds weird.
Not
but
a diddler.
She draws on her iPad and writes books and makes postcards in bed, calling it doodling, but late-night doodler could be confused with late-night diddling. Use at your own discretion.
That was a private message for you, Jeff.
It was... Was it? I thought that was all part of the description.
It was for you to use at your own discretion, diddle or not.
Great. That's the best intro we've had.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, every week someone's got one person has a really great introduction and the other one's very like standard and normal.
Well, Dean didn't have any, so I mean, I win by default.
That's 100%.
He did, but he essentially sung himself onto the show. So that's pretty good too.
Classic Dean.
And Dean, I want to say to your milkshake comment.
Right.
So that movie had just come out and I was at a house party.
Yeah.
And this guy was talking about like he worked in that field of like oil wells and like drilling and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I looked at him. I was like, I drink your milkshake. And he just looked at me like, what are you talking about?
I know. Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is like the only movie for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's about that. And he's like, nah, never heard of it. And I was like, oh.
It's one of those movies that unless you are really into movies, you don't get the little subtleties. Like, I have a milkshake and you have a milkshake and I have a straw, right? Like a lot of people will just be like, what are you talking about? Or if you recommend that movie, they'll be like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. Like, what's up with the oil and the guy eating like dry steak all the time? I don't understand.
P.T. Anderson movies are regularly, like, you got to recommend those to like 9 specific people.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like you can't.
No one's like, I'm in the mood for Magnolia. You know what I mean? But wait, I want to pivot and I want to talk to Ashley for a second because she has mentioned one of her favorite movies, which I'm hoping is the one that I'm thinking of. Pirate Radio. Is that the Richard Curtis movie?
I don't know who Richard Curtis is, so it might be. It's
Fair
like
enough. It's
like a boat in the ocean.
Yeah, it's like the little like the 70s like broadcast from the boat
Yeah.
that I think in North America was called The Boat That Rocked for some reason.
Hmm.
Vice versa in the UK might have been called The Boat That Rocked. But either way, like Bill Nye is in it and Chris O'Dowd and has an amazing soundtrack, which I had on CD in college.
Yes.
Thank you for mentioning that movie because nobody talks about it. It's great. Once a week, I think about the scene with Chris O'Dowd after he's been dumped and he's playing Duffy and he's just lip syncing to Duffy. And it's one of the funniest things that I have ever seen in my life.
For me, it's the lesbian holding up the sign, will you marry me? I mean, after meeting the girl for one day, I don't know. There's so many amazing. Or when the woman's talking to Chris O'Dowd and he's like, so you're going to be in the next room with him having sex. I'm going to be in here alone.
It's such a good movie and nobody's seen it.
I haven't seen it. I feel bad. I think it's on Prime. So I will.
It's excellent. It's genuinely excellent. It's like
I
on
went through
par.
a breakup.
Sorry?
It's just great. I went through a breakup. My friend took me. I didn't even know what I was going to go see. I didn't care. He picks awful movies. And I forgot about everything during that movie. I forgot my poor little heart was hurting. I just laughed the whole time. And I was like, wow.
Which says a lot because there is a lot of heartbreak in that movie, as there is in a lot of Richard Curtis movies.
Yeah. Nope. Didn't care about the person at all. It was lovely. For those
wonderful
1 hour and 50 minutes or whatnot. Oh, and I want to comment, Jeff. As a graphic designer with your newfound job of social media manager, I want to say that you should fire yourself because I just became your second follower on Facebook. So
literally, I just started the Facebook group today. I literally started the Instagram account yesterday and the Facebook account today.
So it's your first day of the full-time job of
social
media.
I've been off Facebook for like a dozen years at this point. So
is that why some of the Instagram photos were so low res? Because you were still using picture quality from like 2012?
Probably, yeah. I pulled those movies up on my TV, took a picture of it with my phone, and then posted it that way. So yeah, no, I was just laziness on my part, Alex. And yeah. So yes. So welcome to the show, Dean and Ashley.
Thanks for having us.
Please make sure you don't have IMDb open. That is the big thing. Especially because I can see Ashley typing away. And
I just followed you on Instagram. That's what I did.
Okay, great. I do want to say it's weird. So like on Spotify, I'll get like a little breakdown of like my listeners. And it's unfortunate. Like I get followers. It won't tell me who they are. So I can't tell how many of them are people I just know or people who have found it and enjoy it. But it does tell me where they are listening from. And so there was like one person in Thailand, one person in Germany, and then there was a couple in the US, which then let me break down what states they were from. And I was like, ooh, California. And I clicked on it and it literally said San Diego. And I was like, oh, that's just Sam and Nick. They're on vacation in San Diego. They listened to the podcast. And I was like, damn it. And then the other day I got like, you've got 2 new comments on your Spotify thing. And I was like, oh, cool. And it was literally just me commenting on my own post. And then Alex, you commenting on the post. So,
but hey, we're big in Germany. We're
huge
David
in Germany.
Hasselhoff of podcasts.
Yes,
one listener.
So, Dean,
yes.
You have experienced the show in person. The game you've experienced it in person.
Yep.
And but you've never played.
Never.
Ashley, you've kind of helped out a little bit, I think, with some people. Been a part of the game a little bit.
As a Wallflower, perhaps.
Okay, I've heard you chime in from the back there. You've had some like, oh, what about this guy? But so this
I
is your
did
first
tell
time
Haley
officially
once.
playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we do usually first is I've thought of a movie and I get you guys to try to guess what movie I'm thinking of. The person who's the closest gets to decide if they want to go first, second, or third. So I'm going to ask you one by one to tell me what movie you think I'm thinking of. Ashley, what movie am I thinking of?
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee. I mean, I like that it's super random. Like very random. That's great.
So I didn't get it.
No, nobody got, you haven't got it right on, but
No 10 points. Okay.
no 10 points.
But ironically, he is thinking about the sequel.
Yes. No, actually, I'm
Very
thinking of the
close.
one where he's an angel. There's a Paul
What?
Hogan movie where he's like,
Phenomenal.
he's an angel.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. But Dean,
Yes.
what is your pick?
Porkies?
Porky's. Also very random, very Canadian, but also not the movie.
Damn.
Alex,
Disappointing.
what movie am I thinking of?
Are you thinking of Hackers?
No, we've watched Hackers together.
Have.
And it's not that movie. So the movie I was thinking of, and the reason I was thinking of this movie is I went and looked at movies that came out the week that my birthday was from when I was a kid. And I tried to find a movie that I probably went and saw in the theater. And the movie that I could the most closely figure that I saw in the theater on my birthday was Willow. The movie Willow. I think I was like 12 or 13. I was like, I probably saw that in the theater within a week or two.
Be my
of my
second
birthday.
guess.
Yes.
I got two guess. That was gonna be the second one for sure.
So Willow, it's a fantasy film. Who do we got in this? We got Val Kilmer.
Jeff, I also wanted to say it was my birthday on Sunday. So
Oh, so
Happy
we'll
belated
both
birthday,
share
birthday,
that.
buddies.
Ashley.
Perfect. Happy birthday.
Did you buy your own cake?
I didn't have any cake. I bought my own steak.
Oh, that's a way better time.
That's even better. Yeah.
You crushed it.
It's really tough. This is a tough one, Alex. Any suggestions on who's the closest here, Alex?
Nope.
I think Crocodile Dundee is the closest in time, like when they came out.
Yeah, fair
Probably
enough.
around the same year. So Ashley, I'm going to let you go decide where if you want to go first, second, or third.
I think I'm going to pick third.
Smart call. Smart call.
That is my favorite pick, and I green with jealous rage when anybody takes it. So
So Porky's and then Hackers. Alex, I think Hackers is a little closer because that is, while not a fantasy, it's definitely got some elements of sci-fi in that movie because it is not realistic whatsoever.
it's not even when they're doing all the hacking and it's like full CG.
Yeah, virtual reality and they're flying through the database. Yeah. No.
In that case, I will go first. Let's try. I've never done first. Let's do first.
So Dean, you know what?
Yes.
Second place. You're in second.
Gotta
Not a
start
bad
somewhere.
place to be.
Not a bad place to be.
So I sent Dean and Ashley the list, like the thing. Tell me what your favorite movies are. And because they were new to the game, I wanted to give them each a movie that was one of their favorites.
Oh man, did you include one of my favorites?
Alex, I picked the first movie I picked. I did it. And I was like, oh, this movie's great because I wanted someone whose birthday was this week. And I literally found two guys in this movie, or two actors in this movie, that their birthday just happened. So the first movie is 1999's, and you mentioned it earlier, Magnolia. For Dean,
Yes.
also from 1999, Any Given Sunday.
Right. An Al Pacino classic.
Don't be saying actors already, Dean.
Oh, shoot. Right. Never mind. I'm really good at this game, just so you guys know.
Clearly, is that that's a football one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
gonna cross
Football.
it off the list immediately.
From 1995, this one is for Ashley, The Usual Suspects. Now, don't feel that you can only do actors or actresses from the movie that I've said is yours. You can pick from wherever you want. If you think you can steal something, a deep cut, go for it. I'll give you a couple of other things here. We've got one crossover. So we have one actor that appears in more than one movie. And then two of the movies actually have people that have birthdays on the same day.
Wow.
If you give me if you give me an actor whose birthday falls, I'll tell you this. The birthdays go as far back as May 12th up to May 24th. If you can give me anyone's and their birthday falls between those, I'm going to give you an extra 5 points as a birthday bonus. There are 5 people who fall in that category.
That is a lot.
I know. And there might even be more because honestly, it got really confusing going through every person and figuring out their birthday. But there's a lot of birthdays and there's two people in each movie that have the same birthday. So if they were filming around their birthdays, would have had a lot of fun potentially. Yeah, I see a lot of thinking going on here. That's good. So
Yeah,
I'll tell you this, Jeff. I have only seen 2 of these movies, and only one of them am I like kind of familiar with, which is Magnolia. Usual Suspects, I know, but I've only seen
it's on your Letterboxd as one of your 4 favorite films.
I know,
of all time.
I love it, but I've only seen it like twice, and I haven't watched it since DVD was the main format to buy a movie in, and that was like 2 cycles ago.
Well, you know what this game is about, Alex. It's about watching movies and giving deep cuts. So maybe do a little homework.
Well, wow. I guess I got all that time because I'm not doing the social media for the podcast. So,
Alex, you're up first.
Great.
Who would you want to go with?
I will take Philip Baker Hall from Magnolia.
Philip Baker Hall. Yes, he is 5 points, Alex, for Philip Baker.
Great
Hall.
start. Is it his birthday?
It is not his birthday.
Damn it.
Now, Dean, you're up next. Now, remember, you want the deepest cut possible. So the more obscure, the better. And also, if you can't think of the person's name, just tell me something else they're in. Okay, we're very lenient.
Okay,
our scoring system here.
All right. Well, I already said it, so I'll go.
Don't take the lead, man. Don't take the lead. We're gonna let that one slide. You're good.
Don't say that guy. Like on your 6th pick, give me that guy, but give me anyone else in that movie, and you'll get more points.
Mm-hmm. Jamie Foxx.
Okay, yeah, you got 1 extra point.
You doubled them.
Actually, I got Jamie Foxx. Stop saying names, Steve.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
What was that again? I'm going to write that down because I am not familiar with that movie.
He didn't say anything. But Dean, that is what you want to go for. That last one you just said.
Yeah.
Save that for your next go through. Okay. That's a better one. But I'm going to give you Jamie Foxx for 2 points.
Yay.
Ashley. You have 2 picks here now, Ashley, because you're going third, and then you get to go twice.
Okay.
So give me your 2 deepest cuts.
Okay. I do not know Any Given Sunday, and I have not seen Magnolia. Can you believe that?
Well, I mean,
really good. You should see it.
Wow.
I had it on a VHS, and there was 2 VHSs.
It's long.
Yeah, because it's like 3 hours long. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I saw that, and I was like, "Fuck this! I don't."
Yeah.
But I know the soundtrack. Bummer.
Yeah, the Amy Mann soundtrack.
Amy Mann.
Yeah, I love her. Okay.
Married to Michael Penn.
Really?
Are you related?
Yeah, I was about to
We
say
are
that.
not related, but he is Chris and Sean Penn's brother.
Oh.
And he had that song. Dean, do you remember that song, No Myth?
I don't
From like
know.
the early 90s. It was like,
No Myth.
It was the line. I don't want to sing it because everyone's just going to laugh at me, but it was like, what if I was Romeo in black jeans was the line.
Oh.
And it was a pretty big hit.
Was it?
Look up No Myth later on by Michael Penn, because he does a lot of the soundtracks for Anderson films. Like he did Boogie Nights and stuff like that. And I believe he's in Boogie Nights as the sound engineer for a couple people when they're doing their rap song or their like.
I am always so amazed how you guys remember this stuff. Like it's incredible.
Oh, I don't. Don't give me credit for this.
No, you both of you.
He's saying all these things. I'm like, these are made up names with made up people.
All right, Ashley, we've given you a couple extra seconds here. Do you have 2 good ones for me?
I think this is a name. I think this is his name. Saul Palminteri.
Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz Palminteri. Is that close enough?
Palminteri. And guess what? His birthday is May 15th.
Wow.
So Chaz Palminteri as one of the lead police officer, I believe, in The Usual Suspects. So he's worth 6 points plus a birthday bonus of 5. So 11 points for Chaz Palminteri. Nice poll.
And I'll say I had him on my list as only Chaz. I could not remember his last name. So well done.
Together, we had him.
Yeah.
The other guy, I don't know his name, but he is the chicken guy from Breaking Bad.
Yes. Very good. I literally just have down Breaking Bad as the go-to. That's Giancarlo Esposito. Is also another cop in the police station in The Usual Suspects for 10 points.
I just want to say one thing about Giancarlo Esposito, other than very good pull, Ashley. Jeff, as you know, there was a period of time where I was watching all of Miami Vice on Blu-ray, as youth tend to do. Boy, that show holds up great. But towards the end of season 1, Giancarlo Esposito is in an episode and just as like the villain of the week and gets killed. And then like the 2nd or 3rd episode of the 2nd season, he pops up again as a totally different character. But when you're binging it, it's like 6 episodes apart.
Right.
It's very funny.
We're back to Dean. Now you said one earlier. If you want to come back to that one.
Oh, Jim Brown?
Jim Brown as, I believe, the defensive coordinator
or something.
in
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Jim Brown's worth 10 points.
Oh, who knew?
No, man, it's not a huge role, but he's in it a decent amount. But most people probably wouldn't know who he was unless you're a football fan, kind of thing. I believe what would his other go-to be would be Mars Attacks, as the guy who's like punching the alien. He's boxing the alien and like breaks its.
Yeah,
Alex, you don't even. I fell asleep during that movie.
No, I've seen Mars Attacks. I don't know who Jim Brown is.
Oh, he's this big guy who boxes an alien in Mars Attacks. It's great.
He's also a Hall of Fame NFL player.
Hall of Fame football player. Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's where you lost me.
Alex, you have 2 picks.
So John C. Reilly for Magnolia.
John C. Reilly is worth 3 points, but guess what, Alex? His birthday is on May 24th.
Thank God.
Way.
So he is a birthday boy. So 3 points plus 5 is 8 points. He's so good in that movie.
Yeah, he's awesome in it. I mean, everybody's awesome in that movie.
Everybody's awesome in it. But yeah, he's, so against, like, I know he's great in Chicago and stuff like that. But like, if you only know him from like Step Brothers or Dewey Cox and stuff like that, like you watch this movie and you're like, oh, he's a really great actor.
Yeah, he was nominated for an Oscar for Chicago.
What is your other guess?
I mean, of the 3 that I have written down, I'm sure they were all at the top of the poster. So William H. Macy?
William H. Macy is Donnie something in Magnolia. Is worth another 3 points, Alex.
Is it his birthday also?
It is not his birthday.
Shit.
He's also very good in that movie. William H. Macy.
See, that's a hard one to decide who's your deeper cut, because it's a series of stories being told at the same time.
Yes, and that's why I literally watched it this weekend, so I could kind of gauge like how much time people are actually in the movie, how important is their role, and how
everyone's
big of a
role is
star
important. That's the whole point of the movie.
But there's so many deep cuts in this movie. Like, I'm gonna hold this up. You won't be able to read it, but it goes all the way down the sheet. Like, there's like a good 20 plus people in this movie.
Boy, you're going to be so disappointed when I keep pulling only A-listers.
The stars?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, you're in for a real rude awakening. Because
oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Dean. What do you got for us?
So Usual Suspects, right?
Usual Suspects is one of the movies. Yes.
So is it Benicio del Toro?
Benicio del Toro. Yes.
Yes.
Take it one, Dean.
Another 3 points. For
Hey,
Benicio.
I'll take what I can get. It's funny because you're you're trying to jog your memory. I've seen it, but I just I know the faces.
And sometimes something will like cue your memory.
Yeah.
Like someone will say something and you're like, oh yeah, that was the wife of this person or something like that. But that is not happening for you 3 guys.
No. And I never want to risk, because Jeff, you've kind of shamed me out of it, where I do a big swing, where I'm like, is this person? And you're like, no, Meatloaf is not in that. You're thinking of Fight Club and you're an idiot. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
no.
Those are different movies. I mean, you also got to kind of gauge like what the score is, and are you down by 20 points? Do you need a big swing?
Yeah.
Right now, Ashley, I think, is kind of not running away with it, but she's off to a good start, and she has 2 picks here.
Well, it ain't gonna last long, guys, because I've only seen one movie. I know Magnolia's loaded, but okay, I'm swinging, but I think I'm swinging for an A-lister. The only person I think I know is in Magnolia. This is sad. Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore is in the film, but honestly, not in it nearly as much as John C. Reilly and
Take that, Alex.
William H.
Which
Macy.
is surprising, because I would have I remembered it the opposite. Maybe she just like sticks in my mind more.
I actually picked her because I thought it was her birthday. I thought she was like, I don't know why. She's
like a Gemini.
Yeah.
She's worth 4 points. Yeah, she's really good. She's got that great scene in the
pharmacy
where she's just like, how dare you question me? Yeah, she's really good in it. Ashley, you have another guess.
All right. I'm going to pick a crappy Baldwin. Steve Baldwin, please. For one.
Steve Baldwin from Usual Suspects. Is he the crappiest Baldwin? Like, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Daniel?
Don't even know who that is, so I guess he wins.
Which one was in Vampires? John Carpenter's Vampires.
Daniel looks...
Not Billy Baldwin?
No, Billy Baldwin's in Sliver and Backdraft, which we've talked about far too much.
Wasn't he in Beetlejuice?
Alec, of course. No, Alec
Is
is
it
in
Alec?
Beetlejuice,
He's just
and
so
Daniel
thin.
looks
I
like
know he's so handsome in it.
he looks like a chubby Alec Baldwin. Like he's a chubbier.
Oh,
He looks like present
yeah.
day Alec Baldwin. He looks
Yeah.
like
Who he is
30
now.
Rock Alec Baldwin.
So you're getting 4 points for Stephen Baldwin, as he is kind of the least
I'll take
known
it.
guy of the crew.
While we are
Potentially.
talking about 30 Rock Alec Baldwin, which I know that I'm the one that mentioned it. The best
While we're talking
really
about
setting
it,
myself up for success. The best joke they did in regarding to his career is they get like HD cameras in the studio and like Kenneth walks by and it's a Muppet, whatever. But at one point, Alec Baldwin walks by and it's just him in Hunt for Red October on the monitors.
because he's just so handsome.
So handsome and young.
Dean Harrison, you've got your 4th pick.
Okay, we're gonna do Any Given Sunday, and I know it's obvious. Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid as the aging quarterback.
Quaid,
Cap,
yes, the
Cap
captain.
something.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid is worth 3 points.
Okay.
I just watched that. So, Dean, you forced me to watch that movie because I have not watched it.
Yeah,
But I wanted to do it because it had a pretty deep cast.
it does.
And he's supposed to be like 38 in that movie. And I looked him up. He's like 46 or 47 when they filmed it. And I was like, he does. Like, he looks good, obviously.
Yeah,
He's Dennis
yeah.
Quaid. He looks good, but he does not look 38.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in that movie, no.
That's what cocaine does.
Funny enough, 38 is still old in the NFL, but there's still some
It
really
is.
great
And there's a part
players.
where someone's like, you've got
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 more years left. And I was like, the guy's not Tom Brady.
No.
Like, he's done.
Tom Brady wasn't even a thing then. Like most quarterbacks last until like 30, 35. Like Montana probably played until probably played until 37, 38 actually.
But yeah, most
But he
quarterbacks,
was-
you get 10 years out of them.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Right.
Yeah.
And
Not
running backs.
qualities, even less,
running backs, it's even less.
Yeah.
It's, 7.
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
wait, you guys are saying that I'm 35 now. So
You've got a good.
It's too
it's too
late
late.
for me to start a career in football.
On many levels, it's too late.
That was unnecessary, Dean.
I will say though, from what I know of Alex, there's very little wear and tear on his body. So
That's true.
Yeah. His joints and knees and everything are great.
They're only 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's great.
Alex, you have your guesses 4 and 5.
Great. So, I'm going to go to Usual Suspects. I'm sure he's the star and you're going to give me 2 points, but Gabriel Byrne.
Well, no, he's not the star.
He's second billed. Is he second
He's
billed?
2 points. He's
I
2
knew
points.
it, son of a bitch.
But guess what, Alex? His birthday. Oh my gosh. And I forgot. Ashley, you said Stephen Baldwin. His birthday is May 12th.
I'm just crushing birthdays, guys.
This birthday
Damn.
bonus is really helpful.
An extra
Well,
5 points for his birthday. And Gabriel
my
Burns were 2 points, but him and Stephen Baldwin have the same birthday.
So do I also get Ashley's points for no reason?
No, you just get your bonus 5 points. So 2 plus
I'll
5 for Gabriel Byrne. You have one more guess this round, Alex.
Well, once again, I don't think it's worth a lot, but I'm hoping because Julianne Moore was not worth it, or was worth more than expected, that Philip Seymour Hoffman is worth more than I think.
No,
He is not.
he's worth 2 points.
Yeah, is it his birthday?
It is not. No.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, buddy. 2 points for Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yes, Ashley, you really need to see Magnolia. Like,
I know.
just like 8 people could have been nominated for, like, the whole Oscars could have been Best Supporting Actor for everyone except for maybe one person who, I don't want to say it, but was he nominated for Best Actor, Alex?
Yeah. If
Yeah,
we're
okay.
talking about the same one, yes, he was.
And fair enough.
rightfully so.
Fair enough. It's, like, he's whatever as an actor most of the time, but he's incredible in that movie. Yes. Dean, you have your 5th guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna because I've never seen Magnolia, so that's gonna be omitted.
I would say, like,
from
so
me
don't
trying to
pick from
guess.
that,
Yeah, I'm not
then.
gonna pick from that. But I have seen The Usual Suspects, so I'm gonna ask for a. I don't know. Can I ask for a lifeline here and just sort of like describe who I'm trying to?
So I think we can give you a little leeway this week.
Okay, so I think he was in that movie with Brad Pitt where you can't understand anything that Brad Pitt's saying,
Snatch?
and yes, and he was like an older British guy, and he's like he looks like a criminal.
I think I
Great.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The person who I have on my list is not in Snatch.
Okay, maybe I got it mixed up.
See what else you got. Let's
okay.
Do an
let's think- let's
impression
think.
of him.
So the other guy that I definitely don't know his name, but I was going to do an impression. He's like a sidekick of like Billy Crystal, and he's always like he's like a cheap not Al Pacino. He's like a rented oh, I'm blanking on the names, damn it. But he talks like this, and he's like, hey, he's got personality. He's like blah 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 blah, and he's like very animated, and he's like nervous, and it's like
Is this Joe Pesci?
Yeah, it's like a cheap Joe Pesci.
What?
I
don't
feel
know.
like I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, you know. I just can't remember his name.
Alex,
And he's in
close your Alex
he's
and
in The
Ashley,
Usual
close your eyes for
Suspects.
a second. And I'm gonna give Dean just letters, okay? Like I'm gonna go.
This is absurd.
See, these letters don't make any sense to me. I'm sorry.
And also,
I know, they're
if Dean gets it, if I'm ever at a blank, I'm just gonna do a kind of generic impression.
Dean, what does he look like? Can you give me a physical? Because the guy I'm thinking of has a very unique physical appearance.
Well, he's short and he's a little chubby, and I think in The Usual Suspects he was one of the criminals that they were trying.
He was one of those usual suspects.
He was one of those he was one of the usual suspects. And that scene where Benicio del Toro goes, you flip them. And then there's like all the guys are in the room. He's one of those guys. He's like the comedy relief of
and
Usual
he's
Suspects.
not British. The only other person has not been mentioned from the crew is definitely not British.
Okay. I might have just like
and it's definitely someone you should know their name. So I don't think I can give you any points.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Can I?
It was a good effort, though, Dean.
Yeah. You had me going a
tried.
couple different ways. So.
Yeah.
It's the snatch that threw you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
There's
get
so much
ya.
I want to say right
always-
now.
it
There's
always
so much,
does.
but this is a kid. This is a PG show,
Nope,
right?
it's
That's what-
not.
No.
It's
You say whatever
always
you
it's
want.
always explicit content, Dean.
Like, I want to try this. I want to try Dean's angle. If we ever do like an Avengers, be like, all right, they're one of the Avengers. They're short and like, but kind of tall. And they're British or
He's
American.
white, but his mom could
can-
be black.
Yeah, and they were in those like two other things. You know the ones. They were really good.
Yeah, he's that guy. He won some awards.
Yeah, it was in like a crime thriller. You love that one.
Oh,
Anyway, he's worth probably 15 points. That guy.
Anyways, give me him.
And it's his birthday.
Bonus 5.
All right.
Ashley, you have your last two guesses.
Isn't that my guess?
No, Ashley, we're headed down. You just did Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, I sure
Alex,
did. Sure
and
did.
Dean did his, and now Ashley has 5 and 6.
Got it.
So I'm feeling bad because I think I've got the guy that Dean was trying to say.
Oh, what a steal!
Damn you, Ashley.
Only because that's why I was shaking my head because I'm thinking the only movie I know is The Usual Suspects, and I'm almost out of people. I think it's Kevin Pollak. Is it Kevin
That's
Pollak?
the guy I was thinking
And
about.
you know what?
So wait, hold on a second. Time out. So
What do you
if
mean,
Ashley
hold
can
on?
understand,
We can work something out here.
Listen,
You
can we
wanna work
negotiate
something
it,
out, Jeff?
Ashley?
No, because all you said was he was part of the crew, and then therefore she thought of who was in the crew. But no way did you describe Kevin Pollak. Like,
so-
If you were like, he does an incredible Christopher Walken impression, all right.
yeah,
maybe.
and guess what? He was in Willow.
I did say he was Billy Crystal's sidekick. I mean,
That's almost saying
I mean,
that.
Have they ever
Come
worked
on.
together?
Isn't
Look,
his psychic Meg Ryan?
listen.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Kevin Pollak is worth 5 points. He is the other guy in the crew with Gabriel Byrne, Benicio del Toro, Stephen Baldwin. Yes. And yes, he is kind of the comedic relief of the crew.
I always thought it was Benicio because he doesn't actually say anything.
Yeah, he's got that great delivery of the...
Yeah.
Delivery of nothing.
Yes.
Apparently, he
Yeah.
read the
That's
script
that.
and he thought that none of his words added to the plot whatsoever. And that's when he decided to just mumble everything,
Amazing choice.
which I think is
Really?
amazing.
That's pretty.
And
cool.
I love that the director was like, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, you don't matter.
Ashley, you have your last,
last
guess.
guess? Well, I wanted to say the star of any given Sunday only because I thought it was his birthday. But I'm going to go with Kevin Spacey just to keep it nice and tight on the Usual Suspects side.
Literally on my list.
Wow. Well, he's only worth 1. I don't know. She's left the door open for, I will say, both of you, because if Dean can somehow pull a good last pick right here, he's got a chance. You got a chance, Dean, but you need something.
Okay, so how about Lawrence Taylor?
Oh, finally, Dean.
No!
From the
I mean,
depths of-
he's not
made
a
up
ton.
name.
He's 12 points. Lawrence Taylor is one of he's the defensive back that essentially
Yep.
breaks his neck on the final play of the game in any given
Spoilers.
Sunday. Also gives a great monologue
He does.
to Jamie Foxx in the sauna.
Yep.
So I mean, the guy can deliver a
Yeah.
monologue for sure.
Yeah. Keep him away from young women, but aside from that, he's actually he's a pretty great football player.
Alex, you have your last one here. I think you need some points, one way or the other. Whoever it is, it's going to be very close, but you need some points.
All right, I got it. You ready? This one, I think this one is gonna. Might probably be Dean. I don't know if it's gonna push me ahead of Ashley, but I think it's gonna be close. Tom Cruise.
What? What? Why?
Because that's all I got, buddy.
Anyone
Look,
else?
I don't know if you can see this list. That's the last name that I have. Is
Okay,
literally nothing for any given Sunday. I can give you the lead. That's done. Tom Cruise.
So Tom Cruise is 1 point.
Yep.
So before
Is it his birthday?
It is not his birthday. So
I feel
let
like
me.
Skydance would have told me on Twitter if it were.
I will tell you. Okay, so Magnolia. The birthdays were John C. Reilly and Alfred Molina, who has a very small role in Magnolia. They were both born on May 24th. Some other people you could have had from Magnolia: Jason Robards, Thomas Jane plays young Philip Baker Hall, Louise Guzman, Orlando Jones.
Oh, yeah, Louise Guzman, of course.
You guys missed the crossover, which was Clark Gregg is in The Usual Suspects, but he is a floor director in Magnolia on the game show the kids play.
Wow.
You also have Robert Downey Sr., Tom Cruise's cousin, William Maypother, is in it. Amy Mann makes an appearance.
I was going to guess that, and I'm like, that was going to be my shot in the
Mother!
dark, but I'm like, she's probably not going to be in it. Why would she be in it?
The director, Paul Thomas Anderson, is in it. And then my favorite is, I don't know if you remember the beginning of Magnolia, Alex, but it's all
the
like
black and white?
The black and white stories of like coincidence. Neil Flynn, Patton Oswalt, and Miriam Margolis from all the Harry Potter films are in those flashback scenes.
Amazing.
So you missed some big ones, guys.
But I did get Tom Cruise. So.
You did get Tom Cruise. The Usual Suspect.
Okay, so hold on before we go over The Usual Suspects. The guy I was referring to is an oddly fascinating bloke with a prominent bony cheeks, raw bone figure, Pete
Postlewaite.
Pete Post. That's who I was trying to explain when I said
he's not in Snatch or Lock, Stock or any of the movies. He's
in Romeo and Juliet. He's in The Town. He's in
The
The
Town.
Name of the
Jurassic
Father.
Park.
He's in Inception.
Yes.
But yeah, he was not in.
I could have sworn
Brad Pitt.
he looked like a good bloke.
He seems the type.
He seems
like he should be in those movies.
Yeah,
Thank
he could have
you.
been Bricktop or something
Fair.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what.
So you guys got. I think you got all the birthdays from Usual Suspects. You got Gabriel Byrne, you got Stephen Baldwin, and you got Chaz Palminteri. You missed Pete Postlewaite, and the other guy I thought you might be thinking of, Dean, was Dan Hedaya.
I don't know
was
who that is.
Carla's husband from Cheers. Do you remember Nick Tortelli, the hairy guy?
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was Alicia
Damn.
Silverstone's dad in Clueless.
Oh yeah.
So
He
he's
looks like a
one of the
Muppet. Doesn't he look like an angry Muppet?
God, I hope he never listens to this, Ashley.
And then
God.
the other good one from The Usual Suspects.
Don't worry, he won't.
is an actor
Oh,
named
I thought
Peter
you said I hope
Green.
you never listen to this, Ashley. And I was like,
No, I
That's
hope
how embarrassing
he
I am.
never listens to it. You're fine.
sorry, Jeff.
No worries. The last big one from The Usual Suspects is Peter Green, who plays Redfoot, the guy that they're doing the job for, and he's in Pulp Fiction
Right.
as Zed.
Yes.
Like
Zed's-
Zed's dead.
Zed's
it's
dead.
that guy.
Right.
Dean.
Yes.
So this is where you could have picked up some points on any
yeah,
given Sunday.
Bill
You've got
Bellamy.
who else you
Actually,
got, Dean? Is there any
Bill-
other?
The only other one I
Bill
was gonna
Bellamy
pull-
would have
Bill
been
Bellamy?
huge points,
Yeah,
man. Huge.
that was the one I was going to go for. I thought I had one more turn, so I was
he
going to pull that
15 points for Bill
one.
Bellamy.
Damn.
Matthew Modine, LL Cool J, James Woods, Cameron Diaz, Lauren Hawley,
Yep.
Anne Margaret, Aaron Eckhart, Elizabeth Berkley, Charlton Heston,
Yeah.
John C. McGinley,
Jesus.
Terrell Owens, Oliver Stone, Warren Moon, Dick Butkus, and Wilt Chamberlain.
Sorry, did you say somebody's name is
Dick
Dick Butkus?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
a made-up
Football
name,
guy.
Jeff.
Dick
I'm not even
Buck-
trying anymore.
Yeah. So let's add up the points. I'm really interested.
Nah,
to
we don't
see
need
how
to.
You guys did. Alex, 5 plus 8, 13, 16 plus 7 is 23, 25, 26.
That is the
Ooh,
worst
wow.
I've ever done in this game.
Really?
Yes. Thanks. It is.
You're welcome.
2
Yes.
plus 10, 12, 15, 18, plus 12, 30.
What?
So
Dean, you've
tight.
got at least second place. Ashley, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 10, 21, 25, plus 9 is 34, plus 6.
Whoa.
40 points for Ashley.
Damn,
Thanks
Ashley.
to those 2 birthday bonuses, give her an extra 10 points, which breaks her out of a tie with Dean and gives her the victory.
Wait, are you saying if I didn't have the birthday bonuses, I would have had under 20 points?
You would have had 21.
That is abysmal.
Oh, wait, no, you had 2 birthday bonuses.
Yeah.
You would have had 16.
Yep. That's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Well,
Sweet.
when you pick the stars from all the movies, that's kind of what you expect to get.
Listen. Shut up.
Once again, another close game. Last week was very close, and this week
Oh,
was
really?
very close as well. I'm really happy that Ashley won, though,
Yeah.
because it was her birthday. And
Yeah.
Me too. I was so
Gemini.
nervous. I'm like, I'm not going to get a single one. I called my
I
wife
know.
and I was like, I'm going to look an idiot. She's like, shut up. You're fine.
You crushed it.
And
You
I
won.
get to call her and I'm like,
I won.
I won. And she's going to be like, what did you win? I'm like, nothing. Pride. She's going to be like, that's great, sweetheart. That's great.
listen, you can walk into that office on Monday with your head held high.
Oh my
I'm going to stick
God.
my chest out. And I'm going to walk around and I'm going to cockle.
So confident.
Wow. Can we tape that
Um,
at work? You never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
I've said too much.
So I don't know. Do you guys have anything you want to promote? Anything you're working on, or anything?
Not
you
this
want people
podcast
to
I keep
see?
losing at. That's for sure.
Mhm. What about you,
I'm gonna
Dean? You got
promote,
anything?
Oh no, Ashley's got something.
I was
Okay,
just going to
cool.
say, I was going to promote healthy doodling and diddling at night. That's all.
Okay. Again,
Great.
it's an R-rated show. Yeah. That's hilarious.
I love it.
What about you, Dean? I know you got a band. Are you guys doing anything, or is
do
this
have
just
a-
for
yeah.
fun?
Well, we just finished something called Cool Kids, which helps raise money for the Regent Park School of Music. We just finished our show, but if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get updates about some of the performers and musicians that help out, and it's a great cause. And we usually raise anywhere between, I think, over the past 15 years, we've probably raised about $150,000 for the Toronto Regent School of Music, which is really great. And plus, it's just a great bunch of people. So I encourage you to go to coolkids.com and just sign up for the newsletter, and you can find out more about us. And then aside from that, everything is just groovy. Jeff, this is awesome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
No, Cool Kid sounds awesome. This is just fine.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
raising no money for anyone, even myself.
I would say not even Jeff.
Yeah.
Not even Jeff.
Alex, do you have anything? Every week you're like, maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Okay, well, that's good.
Is
That's
not
good. Very
not
on
right
brand.
now.
Alex, so once again, I don't have an outro for the show yet,
Mhm.
but I will just say to people like, hey, please make sure to like, rate, and subscribe subscribe to the show.
Do you want to
Jeff,
take it
I have
again?
a question. Jeff, I have a
Continue.
question.
Yeah. Okay,
many-
Dean.
Yeah. How many was I ooh,
Yeah, you were
ooh,
very
ooh.
excited.
We're like, yes, we know we forgot to give you homework, and the whole class like, oh, Dean.
Do I really come across as the nerd? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean,
do
you
you
come
have
across
any
so
homework
cool.
this-
I'm like just genuinely intimidated, so I just want to make fun of you, so I feel bigger about myself.
So how many episodes are you in now, Jeff?
This is number 6.
Number 6. That's good.
Question from a true fan.
So yes, please make sure to like, rate, and subscribe the show. We've got Instagram, Deep Cuts the Game, Deep Cuts period the game. We've got Twitter at Deep Cuts Game. We've got Gmail, deepcutsgame@gmail.com. There's also a Facebook group that you can find us. We're all over the place now, due to some like expert social media marketing.
You guys are
Listen,
going
I want to
global.
say so many things. First of all, Facebook group. What are we? 15? This is 15
I know.
years
Welcome
ago.
to 2010.
And I also like that you included
us on MySpace.
Gmail in your list of social medias. You're like, and you can find us on electronic mail. You can reach us.
Listen,
It's like listening to the
episode
classical
1,
radio station.
you were so amazed that I had a Gmail account set up for this. You're like, you did that? And I was like, yes, Alex, we have
Yeah,
a Gmail account.
Because we had a Gmail account before we had any other social media.
I had to set up an account to do everything else first, right? Don't be a jerk. And honestly, kids don't use Facebook. Like, no, like,
Correct.
the only people that use Facebook are people my age and older at this point.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
apparently
kind of our
Ashley.
target audience.
I mean, that makes sense.
But kids do use Gmail. They're always G-chatting each other. And like, check out this sweet podcast and look at my MySpace.
Are you set to online on your
I know.
Gmail? Make sure you set it to online
I know.
so people know they can talk to you.
Do you know how much I miss the good old days of MSN? Like, I know I'm dating myself now, but like, yeah. Oh my God. What an incredible impression that you've just in your Rolodex.
What was the thing? I saw something someone had posted the other day that ICQ is finally shutting down.
Yeah, after like 28 years or something.
And they're like,
29
people were
years.
like, ICQ
It's
was
still
still
going?
available. And they're like, yeah, it was still going.
Remember when
Wow.
Justin Timberlake tried to bring back MySpace?
Yeah. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, I thought it was actually going to be really good. I was like, sweet, I got all my old music on there, all my
Huh.
old songs. I record on my computer mic.
And then we can dust off all our old live journals. Maybe that'll come back next.
Wow.
Well, great show, friends. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Happy Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are both great guests. We'd love to have you back if you're
Yeah.
up for it and you're not. You've seen how easy it is. Like,
I can't come back, guys. I won. I can only go down. Like,
You gotta just leave on a high.
leave on a high note.
The queen does what the queen wants.
yeah. So this has been Deep Cuts the Game. I want to thank everyone for listening, and make sure to tune in next week for a whole new episode. Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Jeff. We
Thanks,
love you.
Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.